Guys, I'm back.
He's back.
We're gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna talk a little bit about the XFL and what are our thoughts on that. So
I, for one, really enjoyed it. It's a lot different than it was the first time around. Mm-hmm. I actually kind of enjoyed it the first time it was around, but I'm a WWE fan, so
yeah.
So
I enjoyed it as well. I thought it was back to the basics. It was football. There was a few gimmicks.
Yeah.
But there was a few things that really worked well as
they did. I like the kickoff return thing.
I do too. You can actually run the ball back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, got guys, running 10, 15 miles an hour at one another. It's going to cause more injuries.
Right.
I think that's something the NFL would probably adopt.
Some kind of format.
Because really,
it was safer.
Because really, if they don't do that, then they're just going to have to completely cut it out. Probably.
There you go. You just get the ball at the 20 or 25.
But that was fun. I think we're talking about the interviews and stuff. Like, you fumble the ball, you were saying, and then they go right on the sideline. Hey, why'd you fumble that ball, I don't know how that's going to go over eventually. Because especially when you get in the heat of the moment, there's going to be some people that are going to be super pissed when stuff happens, and then you're going to get them on live TV.
Well, the sound guy better be honest.
What a dumbass play, coach.
What, did you see that fucking bullshit?
That's definitely kind of a gimmick, like you said. I think the fans like it, but like you said, are the players going to really be involved?
I did see online, a lot of people were kind of complaining about it. You know what I mean? There's too much of that going on, which, I didn't think there was a ton, but it was happening.
Yeah, like the NFL kind of strictly sticks to like halftime or after the game. They don't jump in the players' face after they're done. They'll zoom in on the players on the sideline, but they don't have to
missed the most important kick in history. How do you feel? Yeah, great.
But anyways, that was kind of gimmicky, and then after the touchdown, there's no more extra point as far as the kicker goes.
I think it's it's
a 1.2 point or 3 point conversion.
I don't mind it. Yeah. I think it's pretty.
But it's different by the offense.
It's what's the 1 point? Is it the 2, and then the 5 is a 2-pointer, and then a 10-yard line is a 3.
Yep.
It kind of changes the dynamic, though. Adding a 3-point conversion in there, you could really create a comeback.
Some teams we're just gonna go for 3-point conversions.
Yeah.
Never know that. I thought we would see a few, but a lot of teams were just doing the 1 and the 2.
Yeah. I think as it goes on, they'll probably start doing a lot more of it.
Get a little more comfortable with it,
especially if games are on the line and stuff like that. But I don't know.
It's a nice alternative to have football 3/4 of the way year round for the most part.
Yeah, kind of a spring league football, man.
It's hard to tell, competition-wise, how good a lot of the players are because you're going against...
Who are you?
There's a few people we saw, like Matt McGloin is the Guardians quarterback. He played for the Raiders for, 6 years or something?
Cardale
Jones.
Yeah. So there's a couple players that were in the NFL that is kind of adopted down to this league, and maybe they're trying to make an NFL comeback. That's surely possible.
I think there's a lot of things. So are these guys all on? Haven't really looked at. Are they on contracts?
I think so. I think they're all pretty much making the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a lot, but it's
because can another league call you and say, "Hey, you want to come play?"
I don't know how that works. I'm not sure if they have to. They might have to play the season out at least. I don't know.
Well, as far as the NFL goes, all that stuff wouldn't start until April anyways, so...
This is just a good thing for players that kind of are on the cusp, maybe to get picked up by another team, kind of like a minor league. We were talking earlier about college football. Technically, kids that could leave college and go play in the XFL and get paid before they even go to the NFL.
Yeah. So is that a realistic alternative to college? Since college, you're getting a scholarship, but you're not getting paid.
No, you're not.
I don't know, what they make, $60,000 a year or whatever it is.
Something around that.
I bet that'll become an issue. But
you can see some 19-year-old kids, man, leaving college. Yeah, I'm going to go make $60,000 a year to.
Well, I guess another thing.
Play in a spring league, waiting until that NFL opportunity.
Could we start seeing a lot of coaches shift over there for development purposes?
That's possible.
Sure.
There's a few notable coaches that were there too. Mark Trestman used to be the Bears coach.
The
Bears.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Was he the Ravens coordinator? No.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was after
Jim Zorn.
Oh yeah, Jim Zorn.
But yeah,
a couple guys.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, overall I liked it. I liked the fact that, like you guys said, that football is kind of got a spring league now, and I hope this continues. I know they had a little stint with the AAFL or whatever it was called.
They ran out of money though.
They ran out. So
Vinnie Mac's got money.
Vinny.
So yeah, I really do hope that this is going to continue.
Did you guys see that? What was it? The XFL sold more tickets this week than the AAF did all last season.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Vinny's here.
So it's
That's the one thing they didn't do either. I said that Vince McMahon didn't show up on any of this stuff.
Right.
I think they were kind of trying to ease because they don't want people to associate it with wrestling and like they did before.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's cashing in.
By God, he's broken in half. There was some hard hits too.
Oh yeah, that was another point. Yeah, I'm glad you kind of brought that up. That there were some hard hits, and they weren't being penalized.
No.
I mean, at least as rough as the NFL has just
I think
been flag football the last couple of years. This league has kind of brought back the ferocity of being a linebacker or a safety.
There was a couple of them. I think too. If you're a quarterback and you're running, you're a runner.
Yeah.
There's no special. I think helmet to helmet, let him go.
Let him go.
There was a couple hits that were pretty good. Guy puking on the field, that was a good one.
But yeah, definitely the overall though, I give it a good score. I'm definitely gonna watch it next week. So I'm definitely gonna continue to tune in.
Who's your guys' team, man? Are you gonna?
I like the Vipers. I know that it's the Green Bay colors or whatever, but I like the Vipers just because the name. I just think it's
I like the Gargoyle.
Snake.
The Guardians. Yeah,
that's out there.
The New York Guardians. Yeah.
Guardians.
That's who I'm going for. I think.
The New York was kind of the other team that
I like the colors, and it's a fucking gargoyle, man. That's cool.
See, because I don't know, we were looking earlier, kind of the jerseys. I think the one looks like Alabama to me.
DC Defenders.
Yeah.
I wish they'd have at least where they put more teams in. I like
a little more
different
variety,
colors.
Right.
Yeah, and I think you'll probably, if the league does well, maybe after the first year or so, maybe they'll bring a couple more teams in. I don't know.
Well, you were saying off camera earlier that they actually have like a 9th team.
Yeah,
but it's not an officially.
It's just replacement players.
Yeah,
so I think there's 40 players on this team, and then they just keep practicing with coaches.
They're practicing together and running plays.
Then if somebody on one of the teams gets hurt, they call a guy up. So whatever team needs a player, they go to that team.
In a sense, it's it's their version of the NFL's training, or like the practice squad.
But each team doesn't have one. It's just the whole XFL has one.
Since there's only 8 teams in the league.
So. Well, then they replenish it with somebody else. If
they're having tryouts, we're always open.
But anyway, that's probably about it on the XFL. I mean, really looking forward to it. And
say pretty much.
2 thumbs up from me, man.
You guys watch it. Let us know if you want us to cover anything else on XFL.
Because we could cover games if anybody's interested. So
we can split up the channel.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, we didn't really cover any of the scores. We just kind of wanted to give an introduction to our thoughts on it.
And it's hard to tell how teams are going to play. I mean, it's so early. They're probably getting used to playing the way they are because they're so used to playing the other way. So. And
a couple of the kids that might have been out of college for a year or two are on the roster, so they got to kind of knock some of that rust off.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, as the league goes, if it goes for a few more seasons and we kind of continue it, then I think you'll see a little better consistency.
I agree.
But
all
right, that's it.
That's it for that video.
Like and subscribe, guys.
Boy.
Boy.